Occupational English Test. Listening Test. This test has 3 parts. In each part, you'll hear a number of different extracts. At the start of each extract, you'll hear this sound. You'll have time to read the questions before you hear each extract, and you'll hear the extract once only. Complete your answers as you listen. At the end of the test, you'll have 2 minutes to check your answers. Part A. In this part of the test, you'll hear 2 different extracts. In each extract, a health professional is talking to a patient. For questions 1 to 24, complete the notes with the information you hear. Now, look at the notes for Extract 1. Extract 1, questions 1 to 12. You'll hear a podiatrist talking to a patient called Julia Smith. For questions 1 to 12, complete the notes with a word or short phrase. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes.
Hello, Miss Smith. It's a pleasure to see you today. The referral letter from your GP is quite detailed, but could you tell me, in your own words, what you're hoping we can achieve today?
Oh, call me Julia, and where do I start? Well, first of all, thanks for seeing me this late. I guess you're used to us 43-year-olds trying to have it all, keeping pretty odd hours, huh?
Yes, I am. Sometimes it seems like the corporate world never sleeps.
True. Well, as you know, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes not too long ago, and I'm really just trying to get my head around it all. I really should have known, because I was always at risk of getting it, and with my hectic lifestyle and love of foods with junk in the title, it truly was only a matter of time. Now, the way the doctor tells it, I have to take this medication daily for the foreseeable future at least. I guess the reason I'm here is because of late I've noticed some discoloration in my feet, particularly the right one. In fact, if you look, it's all kind of becoming quite red and splotchy. It wasn't like that before.
Yes, I can see. Would you mind if I take a closer look?
No, not at all.
I'll be pressing different areas of your foot, and I'm going to ask you what you feel and where. I'm going to need you to close your eyes for me while I do this. No peeking, okay?
Okay.
Thanks. Tell me, Julia, when I press here, where do you feel that?
I can't feel anything. No tingling, no pressure, nothing. It's like it's just numb, you know? I didn't realize that before. Oh goodness, is it going to get worse?
Not necessarily. What about here, Julia?
Oh yes, I can definitely feel that towards the heel. It's a little tickly.
Okay, and here?
Yes, I can feel that too. In this sort of region.
Okay, so it seems that there's just this area to worry about near the lateral plantar. I noticed that you came in with a slight limp. Are you in any pain at all?
Not particularly. I just don't want to make it worse. After I noticed, I really just wanted to stay at home until this consultation, but I had to go to work. I'm a digital marketing executive, and our client base can be pretty demanding, so I've been at work since the accident. I'm just trying to get back to my regular routine, although I do draw the line at going back to judo or netball with the girls, at least until I'm fully better.
That makes sense.
Any idea what it is?
Yes. Have you ever heard of small vessel disease?
No, I'm not familiar with that. Although, I guess it's when the blood network in the feet shrinks?
Almost. It's what we call the situation where there's a lack of blood flow from the heart to the foot, when the tiny arteries in the foot are blocked. It's not necessarily the reason for the discoloration, though, so I'd need to re-refer you back to your GP to take a look at that.
Oh, right.
You don't have any lesions on your foot, which is a good sign. But with neuropathy, we really do have to act quickly to make sure that it doesn't develop any further.
Is that like gangrene? I've heard that people can have gangrene and have to have their feet lopped off.
Neuropathy is the stage before that, and like I said, it looks like you're here just in time. I'd like to give you some advice so that you know how to look after your feet in between our annual checkups here at the clinic.
Thank you. I'd be very grateful for that.
When you're walking about in the house, are you usually barefoot?
No. It can get quite chilly, so I do always try to wear something, even if it's just my fluffy pink slippers.
That's good. Try to check the soles of your feet every day. Look out for any changes to the color, temperature. Particularly look out for any swelling and contact the clinic or myself if you notice any lesions, okay?
Definitely.
Great. It's unlikely that the sensations in your feet will return, but please do make a note of any other unusual sensations that you feel in other areas of your foot. If, for example, you notice the numbness spreading, then definitely give us a call.
Extract 2. Questions 13 to 24. You hear a GP talking to a patient, John Clarke. For questions 13 to 24, complete the notes with a word or short phrase. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes.
Hello, Mr. Clarke. It's a pleasure to see you today. The receptionist's notes are quite detailed, but could you tell me, in your own words, what you're hoping we can achieve today?
Course I can, Doctor, but I bet you won't believe me when I do. Never heard of anyone getting so sick after a quick bite down the pub. Since that night I've had this really sour taste in my mouth that I can't get rid of, no matter how hard I try.
Really? Is there anything else I should be aware of?
Sure, as if that weren't bad enough, I keep getting this cough over and over again. Can't shake it no matter what I try. Been swirling fish oil for the last few days and now it's working. I say swirling because nothing's going down my throat. I can't swallow anything and it's getting on my nerves.
How long has this been happening?
Which bit of it?
All of it?
I would say the last few. Actually, you know what? It's more than that. 5, maybe 6. You know what? Let's just say several weeks. I've lost count, to be honest with you. But it's certainly been a good chunk of time.
Okay. Do you have any idea what prompted it?
Not really. All I remember was being out for a meal with a few mates 3 or so weeks ago down the pub, like I say. There was absolutely nothing unusual about that night. I ordered my vindaloo, as I always do. I like a bit of spicy curry, you see. And ever since I've been feeling rotten. Immediately after dinner I had the runs and a burning pain in my lower chest region. No idea why. I usually have a clean bill of health. Never had nothing like this before. Take away my fags that I smoke every so often and I'm a picture of perfect health.
What about your drinking habits? Do you drink at all?
Doesn't everybody? I'm not saying I'm an alky or anything, but I do like a couple of spirits with the lads now and again.
I see. From what you've told me, Mr. Clarke, I'd say that you experienced pyrosis, or at the very least some kind of stomach upset. But I would like to run some tests to be sure that we're giving you the best possible remedies.
All right. Is there anything I can do in the meantime?
You can watch your diet for me. I mean, I know you like a bit of spice here and there, but this can be achieved while eating well.
Okay, a balanced diet is easier said than done. Have you got any tips to help me stick to that? Right now I'm on the seafood diet. When I'm out and about, I see food and I eat it.
Why not have a journal of everything you eat?
What, keep like a food diary? I guess I can, but how's that going to stop me from grazing at night?
It's all about routine. For example, if you wake up, go to work, come back and get ready for bed on autopilot, it's helpful to get into the habit of preparing your next day's meal before you go to bed. On that point, it's crucial that you
Go to sleep at the same time every day. I know, I remember. You gave me the same advice last time.
You remember? That's good news. Let's see what we can do for you in terms of those diagnostics.
That is the end of Part A.